These are definitely not hippogriffs. These are seagulls. Makuza sent me to Homer, Alaska to check out a couple of traces for the calamity. There's not many out here just yet, but causing some havoc with some airplanes taking off, that sort of thing. Investigate the calamity in Homer. While I'm out running errands for Makuza, I should probably tell you why you should be an Auror. And there's a lot of reasons why you should be an Auror. Now, the first thing we're going to break down is the 3 professions in the SOS task force. The first profession is Magizoologist. Magizoologists are kind of a little bit of a cross between tank and support. They've got some support tactics, they've also got a little bit of the normal tanky aspects where they can take a lot of hits without breaking a lot of sweat. The next one are the professors. Professors learn spells ridiculously quickly, and they have advantages over certain things in challenges, just like the Magizoologists. The way that you update your skill tree is you use scrolls and you use spell books. Depending on the scroll or the skill, it will let you know how much of each currency it's going to require for you to update that particular skill. Trace rewards chests contain scrolls. Wizarding challenge reward tests contain spell books. Can I juggle 2 or even all 3 professions all at once in order to get the best breadth? And the answer to that is, well, no, you can't. The way that the skill systems are set up is you actually have to pick a profession in order to unlock that skill tree. And if you want to switch professions while you are given the ability to sign back into that profession and keep unlocking things, you won't be able to just switch between skill trees as you wish. The reason for this is Niantic wants us to play as a team. They want you to find people who are going to specialize differently so that you can be in a team with people. So while we're sitting here at a brewery, I think that there is a hippogriff on the loose down here. He really likes stopping at breweries for whatever reason. He's caught up in a meteorology, and he's all chained up, and it's not good. But he really, really, really wants some muggle brews. It's worrying. The thing about breweries is they always, well, usually, tend to know what's up, but none of the breweries here have seen a hippogriff. A little bit of a problem. I gotta find this hippogriff. For now, let's talk a little bit about stats. The first person we're gonna talk about are the Magizoologists. Magizoologists' stats. Pretty interesting, especially if you compare them to other things. One of a Magizoologist's best abilities is the Protego power. If you want to learn more about Magizoologists and all of their amazing statistics, you should definitely go check out my friend Gita. Her link is below. If you're going to be a Magizoologist, she is the YouTube channel to watch. As for professors, they've got an interesting thing. They've got the best accuracy out of the lot. And if you want to know more about being a professor, you should definitely go check out my friend Lynette over at Wizard PhD, because she is going to have the best information on being a professor. As for an Auror, we have the disadvantage of kind of having the worst stats out of the bunch. We kind of need to pair up with another profession if we're going to go in against a harder wizarding challenge. However, the advantage to being a Auror is that you need the least amount of focus in order to go into wizarding challenges. You can also give your focus points to other players, and that's pretty interesting. Each profession has advantages against certain different foe types. And being a Auror, I am best against dark forces, which includes Death Eaters or werewolves, which means I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of werewolf hunting in my future. Still no sign of that bloody hippogriff. It's giving me a lot of problems. Disadvantages to being an Auror: sometimes your missions are a bust. I got some sun. So let's break down a little bit of what these different statistics mean. Stamina is basically your hit points, or how many spells you can take before you have to fade out of the wizarding challenge. Power is kind of comparable to mana in some games, and it's the amount of damage that you can inflict before you're out.
Protego power is the reduction in damage that you take upon every single hit. Precision is a pretty interesting statistic. It is basically the percentage of chance that you have of getting critical hit, and it seems that professors have the best advantage to that. Precision is basically the percentage of chance you have of getting a critical hit. And weirdly, it seems that Aurors are the ones that have the most chance of doing that, a high 35% when all of that is leveled up properly. Proficiency power is essentially a type advantage attack. So if you're a professor, you're not going to have an advantage against, say, a dark force. In fact, you're going to have a disadvantage against that. You're not going to want to take on a magical creature as a professor either. Obviously, accuracy just means how accurate you are against a basic foe. Your maximum focus is the cap on the amount of focus points you have before you go into a wizarding challenge. Aurors have the least amount of focus points while still being able to use the least amount of focus points per foe. When you're leveling up your skill trees, there's two different skills that you have to pay attention to. There's active skills and passive skills. Passive skills just contribute to your final stats, how much power you have, how much shield, that sort of thing. And then active skills are specific spells that you're going to use in a wizarding challenge and when you're going up against a certain fountain. All right, we're going to have to head down to the beach and find this hippogriff.
These are definitely not hippogriffs. These are seagulls. Should not have trusted that dark detector seller to know the difference between a hippogriff and a seagull. Well, in the realm of epic fails for hippogriff quests, this isn't the worst one I've been on. Anyway, so there are a lot of different distinctions between the three professions, and most of those can be explained with this incredibly boring infographic that I will put up here. Is that at all helpful? Probably not. All of that being said, it depends on what your play style is. If you want to go in for more hard hits and crit hits, go for an Auror. If you want to be tanky and just run in and blast everybody away with your Protego power, then go for a Magizoologist. If you want to help your friends and take down some very interesting curiosities, be a professor. For me, looks like I'm going to be an Auror, mostly because werewolf hunting. As for what your strategies should be for picking a profession, you and your friends should get together, figure that out, probably play the game for a couple of days or weeks before you choose your professions. Then make your little wizarding challenge team. Make sure you have one of each profession to help you go in so that you have a well-balanced team so you guys can get the most rewards out of those wizarding challenges. My personal tactic will probably be trying to get the Huffle husband to do Magizoologist because I know he doesn't have to play the game very often to have pretty high stats. Then I come in as a high-powered Auror and we should be good to go. Hey Rory! Do you think we're ever gonna find that hippogriff?
No.
Yeah, me neither.